And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a grand arena story. This one is a crazy one, guys. So many Datacrons that we have to deal with, and this guy even watched us play before he attacked, which I'm not throwing any shade toward him. I'm just trying to describe this is a very, very, very difficult match on tons of different levels, and it's just how it goes. So, here's the situation. We're facing Brule Houston from one of the SL guilds. Shot first, so it's one of their better ones, I think. I don't really know. I don't know their hierarchy, actually. So I'm assuming that I've seen a lot of good players in this guild, and it's actually not that much smaller than mine in this picture. Maybe they're even bigger. I have no idea. SL, by the way, is Shadowlands. I know that. I just, for a second, I decided to not tell you guys because it was awesome of me. No. So, looking at this compare, guys, I had more relics than this guy. And actually, if you look in the last one, I don't know if it shows you. Yeah, it doesn't show you, but I do have like 50 more Zetas, which I don't know if that's how significant that is at this point, but you know, it's noticeable. You can see though, so I have more relic levels, but and oddly enough, I have more relic 8s. They have like almost double the relic 9s and about the same relic 7s. So I'd say we're pretty close on relics, actually, on super relevant ones anyways. But the Datacrons, look at those Datacrons, folks. They had so many. Brule Houston, tons and tons. I did have a mod advantage, but not by that much at all, really. Like, it was pretty close, pretty dang close. So here's what I ended up placing, guys. He messaged me, knew that I was gonna be. He'd watched my stream previously, I think, and saw that I had won just barely, and knew that we would be in the finals. He had actually just faced my buddy Calvin, who you guys, if you watched the core teams video that we put out, me and Calvin talked about all the core teams. Like, he had actually beat Calvin by, like Calvin had only cleared half the board on him, and this guy got bad banners, but he did clear him. So, I knew that this was going to be a challenging fight, and so I actually ended up keeping more Galactic Legends on offense, which I think, after looking at Datacrons and just the way they impact the game, like we're gonna be seeing a lot more Galactic Legends on offense come in the future, guys. I think that's just how it is. Sorry for the disjointed look. The way the Datacrons look on the, I don't like how they offset the teams. I hope they change the user interface, but I decided I was gonna be a little more sneaky with my teams rather than just straight up crazy defense, cold hard defense. So this is what it is, guys. You guys can check it out if you want. Now, my opponent placed a Lord Vader team without. I thought that he was gonna put one of the really good Datacrons on, but he didn't. There is a pretty good one with a lot of health steal on Supreme Leader Kylo. There's another one on Jedi Master Kenobi that I forget what it does. They all do the same thing, guys. And then that bounty hunter team up top, I'll just tell you this: their Boba Fett has 400,000 health, which is crazy. It's just crazy. You think he's gonna be squishy, and he's not. Up top, he put Rey with her friends, General Skywalker, a Dash team, and a Darth Revan team with Nest. So, I mean, there's no shortage of good teams here, guys. He's got a lot of stuff on defense, and we've got to figure it out, guys. So, before we jump into the fighting, just want to remind you, if you want to support the channel for free, all you've got to do is like, subscribe, comment, etc. Help us mount the algorithm. Before the algorithm mounts you, would really appreciate all the support, guys. Would appreciate and do appreciate. Thank you all so much, guys. Now, before we go any farther, not go farther, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, so if you remember, Ray was on the top, but here's the problem. Their Ray had had a lot of really good things. This is a level 7 Datacron, and here I can't show you guys this until you see what this situation really is. So what's going on is the Datacron has a couple different elements. First off, their Datacron lets them, whenever one of their teammates gets a turn, and they don't have 2 dispellable buffs, everyone on their team gains 15% turn meter. So if you add the bonus 30 speed that you get from Ray to Finn is their fastest, and then you get another 15% turn meter, that meant that my Mara Jade was just a little bit faster than their Finn. And so the whole idea here, guys, is if I can get shock on these guys as early as possible, then there may be a chance to beat this team. So we're actually attacking up top first, because if we fail this, then we need to reevaluate what all of our Galactic Legends situation is, because we only have 3 GLs after this to be able to, manhandle these. And so that's where we're at right now. We're trying to, if we can get shock on them, then they're not going to gain a bunch of turn meter, and if we can eventually stun them, etc., we have to control this team before it runs away with turn meter. And then their Ray is also super thick it's the Datacron that makes her crazy high health and damage resistant. So she goes first, of course, gives everyone turn meter, and then I was like, thank goodness I did the math right. So first we put tenacity down on everyone, and now we have stagger and shock on everyone. So thank goodness for that. Of course, Holdo is there taunting. Decided to try to stun some people. We did trigger their stagger, which was good. And we're just stuck on Holdo until we can do the AoE. I do have the AoE on from Starkiller, the nice Dispel AoE. Super nice to be able to get. And we only have Plo here, guys. We don't have General Kenobi, which I had been kind of hoping for. So, all right, they do the A, or she does the Whirlwind, and all right, we'll just keep going. Need to get shock on people. Remember, because shock limits their number of. Well, it limits their turn meter gain, is essentially what it is. Ooh, we could take out Finn right now if we wanted to. But I decided to be disciplined. We needed to get Ray into damage immunity. Okay, we're there, and now we need to take out Finn, if we can. There we go. Plo's just like goes over. It's kind of like in episode 1 when all the droids, the battle droids, like their droid control ship just goes inert, and they just like push over one of the battle droids. The guns do. That's kind of what happened here. Okay, cool. So they're in ult, which is fine. We're kind of, we could take a break, I suppose, and hopefully their ult won't just myrtlate us. And now she's out of damage immunity. She's available for death now, guys. We can get her. We can do it. So we could have called the Star Destroyer of Healing if we'd wanted to. Decided not to, just because I might need help taking out their Jedi Training Ray. And their Jedi Training Ray was already starting to dodge everything. So it shocked me when Starkiller took her out with one hit, because she had already gained a bunch of mastery. And then he just took her out anyway. So cool enough. It was at that point that I realized that we had blocked them using shock, which is cool. We shock blocked them, but there's actually more that we'll talk about too. So first off, though, we've got this Jedi Master Luke team with Aayla and the bonus turns and everything. Jedi Master Kenobi is pretty standard team here, nothing too crazy. So let's take out their Kenobi. I suppose we're locked here, but remember, it's a stuncron, and Aayla gets a bonus turn every time you stun. So I mean, you guys have seen this a few times at this point, but we're just stuck here. Every time we use a special, it's a stun, and every time she stuns someone, she gets or every time a stun occurs, she gets a bonus turn. So even though there's Jedi Master Kenobi here, I've explained this a couple times, but just because Jedi Master Kenobi is here doesn't stop bonus turns, he stops turn meter gain. So cool, we made it to our ult already because we've just been calling so many assists, and eventually we'll take down the Relic 9. Kenobi, not too bad. Cool. Alright, now that we're not stuck behind a taunt, let's try to stun lock everyone. It's just kind of funny how Jedi Master Luke is just along for the ride a little bit. You know, he's like, yeah, you guys can stun everyone, that's cool. If you wanted to do that, that's fine. Still getting used to this, folks, and yeah, so we're just trying to stun people, trying to keep people stun locked, and you can see I'm not really messing around, but the clock does start being kind of an issue here. So, what do we want to do here? I mean, I want to keep everyone stun locked if we can. Do we take out Padme, who's, you know, giving them all bonus protection? Do we take out Cat, this Cat is super duper thick, very, very difficult to beat? Or, you know, who do we want to take out? May as well just take out Padme. Okay. Took out Padme. Let's take out Cat now. I really think that was a mistake. I probably should have just taken out Cat, but what's a man to do? What's a man to do but just not take out Cat, apparently. So we got 1 minute left. Basically, 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Alright, Cat's gone. Cat's gone. Now let's take out Snips. And it was at this point that I should have just hit auto. Should hit auto. But now, okay, so now we're not getting bonus turns from Aayla because we're not stunning. We can't stun him. And, alright, we got 49 seconds left. Easy peasy. We have plenty of time. They did take out Hermit Yoda, though, or Grandmaster Yoda, which was unfortunate. Alright, we got 30 seconds left. Easy enough. We can take him out. Okay, he healed himself. That's fine. Let's just keep going. Keep going. We gotta take him out. We got 24 seconds left. 24 seconds left. 20 seconds left. 19. Should have hit auto. He pops his ult. Finally, I panic. Hit auto. 9 seconds left, guys. 6 seconds left. And, just like that, we timed out. Look at that. Well, that is bringing a smile to your face. So, I don't know. I was playing fast enough. Gosh, he made that team so tanky. And, I don't know. Like, if I'd been playing on a phone, and I'm not blaming anyone for this. If I had been, it would have been faster. I mean, that's the price you pay for using an emulator and streaming. I mean, that's just the price you pay. Just like my opponent watching my stream after I'd played it, so that he could know what teams were in the back. I mean, that's just how things work, guys. You know, if you're a streamer, that's a sacrifice you choose. But anyways, we're using Supreme Leader Kylo here against their Lord Vader team. And thank goodness this isn't actually a cron that lets you, that gives them the reset, the cooldown reset. So, you know, this isn't as dangerous as other counters, the Lord Vader counters have been. But I will say this, guys. Lord Vader is a lot stronger now with DATACRONS. When he can reduce his cooldowns, he gets ridiculously good. When he can just keep spamming his AoE, it's crazy. It's really cool in some ways, and in other ways, it's dumb. AF. So, alright, let's take out Maul here, finally. Took out Maul. They got Merciless Massacre going. Poor old Watt has been dead for a little bit. Poor little dude. And, I mean, we just gotta keep going, guys. Keep going, keep going. Do the AoE to dispel all the buffs? No? Or the debuffs? No? Oh, okay, now we can do it. Keep in mind, guys, if we wanna, in a way, we wanna keep Royal Guard alive, so then when Lord Vader decides to pop his ult, we can actually, he'll draw negative mastery. Now, this part is actually really funny. If you watch closely, I think he's about to pop his ult. We're working, and there he goes. He was at full health because of all the health steal, and the AoE just managed to one-shot him. Royal Guard's still there. Still there. Had a good laugh at that. Killed Lord Vader before Royal Guard. How does that happen? I don't know. because of health steal. That's why it is, because health steal gets him over 80% health, so that means we can crit him and we can take him out. So, okay, here we are. I believe it's time for our live segment, folks. So, he has Supreme Leader Kylo on defense with a ton of health steal. Tons of health steal. So whenever he hits anything, he's going to heal all the way to full health, and he has a lot of health. So, we're going to take Sith Eternal here, and we're going to make sure that with Thrawn and Armorer, assuming they live long enough, which they should against this particular build, it's not a turn meter build for Supreme Leader Kylo, then we should get 3 stacks of Beskar onto Armorer, and when that happens, then Sith Eternal doesn't die. He can't die to Supreme Leader Kylo. Now, one thing that I kind of didn't notice while I was playing was you can use Shock on Supreme Leader Kylo, and if Shock happens, you can't regenerate your hit points. There's no healing, no health. You can regenerate your protection, but not health. So enjoy the live segment, folks. All right, folks. So I'm sorry to say this isn't actually going to end up being live because I cut this video, I posted it on YouTube. Well, I uploaded it, and they said that I didn't have the music rights, and so that's the last of the Star Wars music that we're ever going to use on this channel, unfortunately, for now at least, of Samuel Kim's, and I'm going to do the voiceover for this. It was kind of a fun clip, guys. I'm a little bit sad that it's going to be gone, but we gotta keep going. So here we are. We find ourselves trying to kill this Supreme Leader Kylo team, take it out, and it has a really high level of health steal, and so anytime he hits, he's just going to heal all the way up to his full health. And all I have remaining, folks, is this Sith Eternal squad. So the idea here is we need to get 3 stacks of Beskar ingots onto Sith Eternal. Once that happens, then we'll be able, and there, they just enabled us. We got our 3rd stack, but once that happens, we put that 3rd stack on Sith Eternal, and then he's basically impervious to what Supreme Leader Kylo has to offer here. So I made a mistake. I think I should have linked Kylo here just to take out his protection. And not to mention he's taking more turns than anyone else as well. Okay, so we probably could have actually just put Armor Shred on someone, but I decided just to put the real thing, the only thing that really matters here is making sure that we get the 3 stacks of Beskar on Sith Eternal. And I was real careful not to target anywhere close to Thrawn because I did not want Thrawn to get those stacks. And okay, so Sith Eternal's gone pretty early, pretty easy. And it feels a little sketch. You guys have been in this situation before, I'm sure, on the killing him end, where you use Supreme Leader Kylo to just take out Sith Eternal. And in this case, yeah, we're good. Look at how little damage he does. It's just not that much. It's kind of cute, in fact. It's cute, Kylo. Alright, so we're at our ult. They don't have ability block here, which is always something that's a little bit scary in this situation, in my opinion. So they're not hurting us that much. I was like, you know what, let's try to get a little bit more protection here. And we'll just leech it from Kylo, because he's not doing enough damage. Like, he's not even hurting us to get into our health, and our health pool is way bigger than our protection pool, even with all how much we've leeched. So, you know, I guess I should point out too, you need the 3rd stack of Beskar ingot because that's specifically what disallows them to crit. All right, so do the ultimate. We're good to go. And remember, we don't want to play with our food too much here because Kylo will eventually be able to he'll ramp up his damage. Like, he's about to hit his ult anyway, so we're making some inroads on his health. Remember, he's got all this health steal from his DATACRON. So he gets into his ult, and so he's had a couple turns that we can't actually get our shock on him, and that's the issue. So, you know, now he's not getting his ult anytime too soon at all, and we'll just keep frying him, I suppose. And at this point I realized that we were truly shock blocking him. We have shock, so he can't heal. He could heal protection, but he can't heal from shock. So, or he can't heal his health. So there it is, folks. Have a good one. And that was that. So, terrible banners so far, guys. Just horrific, but we're getting through these teams. Time to face Jedi Master Kenobi here. He's alone. We timed out against him. Really frustrating that happened, but I figured my opponent was probably going to fail a lot on my defenses anyways, so as long as we can clear him, that's probably fine. Decided to go with Poggle lead with Droideka, just because Droideka does extra damage, and so does everyone else. And of course, I mean, he's got the stun cron on him. He's an obnoxious individual, folks. Noxious and obnoxious. So we took out Sunfac in this build because we wanted tenacity down on Kenobi so that we could get ability block on him, and eventually we just blocked all of his abilities, especially his ability to live. So took him out, and now we've got this Boba team, and I didn't actually notice how healthy this Boba was going to be until after he, you know, look at this. Look at how long he resists. Like, Boba's the squishiest almost always in any bounty hunter squad. So the Datacron, though, guys, along with the fact that everyone has a bunch of potency, gives him a huge amount of health. His health pool is massive indeed, folks. So it's a sight to behold. I'm looking at turn meter here, guys. We can't let them get a turn. We just can't. Look at how this guy is clinging on. Man, I mean, it's a Relic 8 Datacron, so I guess it's not that surprising, really, but still a little bit surprising, folks. It's a little bit surprising. Alright, I mean, and I think they all had a bunch of health, to be honest. I mean, look at how many stacks we have, and it still took that long to get through IG. So, alright, cool. Cool. We beat this team. Or we beat this zone. Finally, it took this long to get through this zone, but we got it. Let's see what's in the back. And, alright, kind of the promised land. Like, nothing too crazy here. So, now they've got Retaliate, guys. So, or whatever it's called. It's the Datacron that we take damage based off of what level they have here and how much we do to them or something. But here's the issue. We get so much turn meter from this, guys. Look at all these resists. All these resists from Luke just let us gain a ton of turn meter. Like, watch how many turns in a row Luke gets. Watch Luke's turn meter gain here, guys. It is crazy. Like, he just goes and goes and goes. Now, we want to keep that taunt on 5s if we can, because if they shoot us, we want to be able to, you know, hit him back. But okay, should we do the AoE? What should we do here? Should we do the AoE? What should we do here? So foresight is part of why I'm making these decisions, or not foresight, sorry, expose, just so that I can take out him out easier. We want to take him out before Skywalker stands up. All right, so the other thing to point out here, folks, is I have really high tenacity on this squad, but they put an extra 100% potency on their squad, which meant he was gonna land his debuffs, his daze debuffs right away, which was filthy. It's disgusting, guys. It's repugnant. So got through it. Dropped 7 banners, but we got through it. And the idea was he probably wouldn't clear me, I thought. Which was, I'll just say this, it was a premature thinking, but yeah, I thought he wouldn't clear me. So, all right, you know, as long as we get the clear, then we win. It was kind of the mentality going into it, and Alright, so, I mean, bounty hunters with Aurra. You guys have seen me take out Darth Revan teams like this. You have to make sure that your team is clocked the right way to make sure you get the disintegrate off right at the right time. Very, very important. I actually have guides for that. A faction essentials for bounty hunters is right there to show you guys exactly how to do it. But okay, so we're in the two really tough segments here, guys, because Darth Malak is probably not going to die to anything we do here. You know, like we want to disintegrate him, but so is Nest. Nest is very difficult to take down as well. And, you know, they both have high tenacity, they both do a lot of damage. If we hit Malak, we get feared. And if we hit Nest, we get retaliated on. We really want to keep our Mando alive, because if Mando dies, we're probably just screwed. And we're not super resilient here, because it's not Bosk lead, it's Aurra lead, which she doesn't do anything to help you stay alive. So just trying to wait till we get a disintegrate on Mando, and you can see Mando's not doing the hottest here, guys. He actually just lost his bounty hunter's resolve, which is fairly scary. He needs his buff though. If he wants to disintegrate someone, he's got to have a crit chance up or a crit damage up. And so, gosh, look how close he is, guys. One more force drain on Mando and he's dead, or one more hit from Nest probably, and he's dead as well. And we're still one turn away from that disintegrate, and then Nest goes in, hits Zam, and Zam's like, you know what, I retaliate, I'm just gonna kill you. And she did. She killed Nest. You should see my face. I actually have a clip of it that I'll release at some point. I was just baffled. Just crazy. Zam retaliating and killing. Okay, so look at this, guys. Okay, so they just triggered Savior right here, this dash team. It's you know, it's kind of like the gift that keeps giving. Like, dash goes and you know, gives turn meter to Queel. Basically, Queel goes, gives turn meter to everyone else, and you can see Fedra and Han actually killed both Jedi Revan and Basti, which is crazy for this team. I mean, yeah, if I hadn't brought Jolie, I'd have been totally screwed here. But as it stands, these guys are totally screwed because I was able to get my feet under me. I'm trying for banners here, guys, because we did drop 5 on that fiasco with Starkiller, trying to bring down the Star Destroyer of healing and not getting it. So, you know, that's dropping 5. Like, we've dropped a lot, and even in a match like this, where it's like, well, he probably won't clear me, you have to be real cautious of making sure that you're pinching banners wherever you can, saving them, preserving them, etc. And so, you know, I'm playing with my food, trying to get as many banners as possible. And, I mean, once we got everyone stunned, I mean, I probably should have just fast-forwarded it for you guys, frankly, because it's all just cleanup. But you can see I did manage to get 65, even though 2 of my friends died and we had Savior triggered, and it was a very scary experience. We still managed to get through. So, alright, got that top zone done. And now, look at that. Some fleets we have to kill. That'll be fun. Not really, but okay, so they've got this Phasma lead First Order TIE Pilot squad with the Omicron, and I apparently did the math poorly or something. There's some mechanic that I didn't understand, like a turn meter gain mechanic, and they got a turn before my Bad Batch, even though I was fairly sure that they would only get 1 turn, and it wouldn't be something that gained a bonus bonus turn meter. But they did get a turn, killed poor old Hunter, and I mean, now they're gonna pay for their crimes though. They're all double stunned and in various levels of recovery for their wounds that I've imparted upon them. I mean, once Bad Batch kind of get their teeth into a team, it's just basically over. So 62, poor old Hunter. He decided to get like face splotch removal. I don't know. Those almost like, I don't know. Those almost kind of messed up. I actually like the way Hunter looks. So I don't know. I don't know. Just casually mean of me, I guess. So he's got this. He did place the Mon Mothma team. I don't know if he was just hoping that I would just like not have Iden with me or something, but Iden is so easy to kill with Wampa now. I just like her on offense. So I mean, this is kind of a blunder on his end, in my opinion. Like, just place this team. I guess, and that's not me even being critical. It's just this team is really easy to kill if you have Iden, and I did. So I don't know. I didn't know. Alright guys, so they got Grand Inquisitor, but nothing as crazy as it was a few days ago, or maybe it was last match, where he's only got gear 12 on Grand Inquisitor anyways, and he doesn't have the crazy stuncron second sister bonus turn madness that he had last time. So I don't know. I don't know what's with people not choosing 9th or 7th sister to be on this team. I feel like 7th sister is OP, in fact, but anyways, we're just kind of whittling them down. They don't have a revive mechanic. They don't have anything. So I'll be really interested to see, guys, I wonder what Reva's kit's gonna look like. Are we gonna even get Reva? It'd be really interesting to get her. I feel like we kind of need her. She's going to be like the conquest companion, but to a legendary character because he just can't do much. No, he could probably do stuff. I need to mod him and work on him a little bit. But, alright, we got 63 banners there. And with that, all of the squads are done. They're done, son. We've got ships, and he kind of cheesed ships. So alright, we've got Malevolence. We've got to try taking out this Executrix fleet. Gets their ship in. And, okay, so we've got Stunfac here. And we just got to take out their bomber. And we're going to do the AoE and pray that it actually connects with TIE Fighter Pilot. Because remember, guys, if TIE Fighter Pilot dodges too many times, then we just sit down and cry. Like, that's basically what we have to do. And you know, like the turn meter gains are just insane. Though I guess it's a little more forgiving against Executrix because they don't have an immediate like F you. One of my ships is fully healed and one of your ships is just gone forever. Like he's just like, hey, I'll send some TIE fighters, I guess. Okay, I decided we gotta just rip the band-aid off. We'll call to assist on TIE Fighter, and then no one assisted because apparently there was a bug in the game and. There's been a bug, and there's just not nearly as much assisting as there probably should be for the Malevolence and the Vultures specifically. So, I mean, you still get some assists, as you can see, but gosh, what an ugly 66 banners. But we got through it. So they've got Malevolence here. So Negotiator versus Malevolence, man. This is super easy. You just take 5s, do the basic to make sure you have defense down on the bomber. You can do the AoE if you want. The taunt eventually comes back, I thought. Okay, so you guys saw there, I didn't have target lock on Sunfac. So I targeted him so I could do the AoE so it would hit the person I was targeting plus the person with target lock. So, alright, cool. We did it. And now, who just came in? Was it Spy, I believe. Geos Spy. So, what are we going to do? I was trying to figure out, like, okay, there's Sunfac. He's going to taunt eventually, but we can get rid of, like, we can get Plo in and kind of play the longer game. And I decided, guys, so they have Vulture Droid coming in from reserves at some point. A Vulture Droid, he'll give a Buzz Droid to all of my guys and Blind, and it's this huge swing in momentum once Vulture is finally summoned. The problem is, Malevolence doesn't work the right way. Like, after it should call in a reinforcement, it just it doesn't call in the Vulture Droid. So, yeah, it's this whole mess, guys. Eventually I had to call in Plo because I wanted to turn meter gain. Alright, and so I'm the second I hit Spy, Spy will go into stealth. So I used the Y-Wings basic just to hit the Vulture Droid because I didn't want to waste a basic shot on Spy and then have all my subsequent shots just kind of negated. So, okay, who's coming in? Oh, hey, look at that. It's just Soldier. It's not even Vulture Droid. So, yeah, let's, I guess, try to slowly take this Soldier guy out. Will the AoE do it? Almost. There we go. There we go. Pretty good banners. Negotiator versus Malevolence is generally pretty easy. So, alright, home one. We've got the Battle of the Moncal Cruisers. And this is the build that scares me the most because the Falcon comes in, and once it does its twirl, it can just delete your entire lineup. Like, it's very scary. So, hopefully we can just avoid that. Alright, what do they got? Oh, hey, look at that. People have been taking the ghost ships, the Phantom, the Phoenix ships in reserve for their resistance fleets, and I don't know, it seems like that's actually been actively hurting them. Okay guys, so we got the full clear. I don't know where we cut off there, so if I repeated myself for a minute, then I apologize-ish. But we got the full clear. But it wasn't over, obviously. My opponent still had to attack. They watched my attacks, like I said, and I know I've kind of been emphasizing that. And let me just explain, guys. I recognize that people should be able to use the advantages that they have, you know. So my opponent didn't want to attack when they were tired when the GAC started because they're across the world from me. So he didn't want to attack. That's understandable. And then he wants to win. And he may as well, like his guildmates watched and everything, and he wanted to see and get an advantage, and I don't blame him. There's a stigma here about, you know, like, well, people are stream sniping, and I think that's such an ugly word. But I will say this, when so then I was like, it gives me anxiety because then he's like messaging me. He's like, oh yeah, like this squad, this is what I was doing when I was building it, blah blah blah, and that was cool. Like the insights were fine, but it gives me anxiety because he hadn't attacked. He didn't attack until way later, and you know, so you know, like I shared a screenshot and I was like, there's nothing like having your opponent like comment on the stream that you just had against them before they've even attacked, and he kind of took that as me attacking him or something, and it just makes me anxious. So I'm like trying to, you know, express this and kind of just cope with the situation. I don't have a problem if people want to do that. I prefer they don't, frankly. I don't want them to do it, but if they want to, that's the price that I pay to be a streamer. All right, so I don't have an issue. That being said, let's go to the final results, guys. And I should be real clear, guys. I don't have an issue in the sense that in theory I don't have a problem. Like in the moment it does make me anxious. So there were some slight issues had. That being said, all right, so my opponent was actually able to clear me with a lot of really efficient attacks, which was obviously making me nervous. I dropped 70 total banners, and only 20 of that was because I had failed an attack, and that was that stupid timeout against Kenobi. Frustrating, but that happens. And then otherwise, I got all first like one shots. They were just super inefficient. So I was really, really grateful when my opponent finally attacked failed on sortie. Here, he used Wampa and timed out, so that was good. Sortie was left alive just barely, and then he managed to clean it up pretty efficiently. So it came down to fleets, and if like he had been just enough inefficient that if he failed one fleet, then I was probably gonna win, and if he was able to one-shot, then he would win. So he did, in fact, actually lose to my Executor, so that felt good. Thank goodness. Jeez. The final score, guys. I won by 4 banners. Very, very close. This is why, even when you're dropping a ton of banners, I didn't think my opponent was going to clear, but he did. And he did it well. He did a good job. You know, I mean, he knew what to keep for the back zone and everything, but that's, you know, you still got to execute. And he did a good job. So, got a win. Thank goodness. His Datacron game was crazy. It was scary, guys. It just was. I was waiting on pins and needles the whole time. Datacrons are just changing everything. You guys know that. And we're close to the top 100. I think the match I just played was at 120. So, are we going to climb to the very top of the mountain? I'm not sure, guys, but I do know I want to get this video out before we hit the 40-minute mark. So, I'm going to let you go. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Love you all. Have a good one.